He's like, I want it to be flat, like that. That's what he wants it to be because he doesn't know how to tune headphones.
I don't know where Novrock got the idea that I want a diffuse field compensated frequency response to be horizontal, because this is not the case. So, the audio on a soundtrack is flat? Let's read Tom Holman's response to this question. No, it isn't. It's been listened to and monitored over an X-curve, so it has some degree of built-in boost. Meaning if you play the audio from a soundtrack on a horizontal system, the highs will be boosted. Here's what Mead Killian, the founder of Etymotic, says in his blog. Every Dolby theater that has received THX qualification has had the sound system adjusted so that the eardrum pressure response on the Kemar mannequin falls within a tight tolerance of the THX curve. Here's the THX curve or an X curve. Keep in mind that he says a tight margin. There is some variability allowed in the X curve. Mead's original target response for Etymotic earphones was the Kemar diffuse field target. However, it was found that recordings sounded too bright with it, so it was adjusted to be -5 dB at 10 kHz. This is what the response looks like in comparison to diffuse field. Here we can see a comparison of the 1993 ER4S target with the Holman X curve. They are very similar except for a deviation in base of the X curve and a frontal head related transfer function. When looking at the Beyerdynamic DT990, we have two graphs, the fresh pads and the worn pads. Novra obviously uses the DT990 worn pads measurement, although he always wears fresh pads. Now he's saying he believes in driver burn-in because when he changed his pads he didn't notice a 6 kHz peak. The reason the DT990 worn pads measurement has so little peaks, it's because as the drivers move closer to the entrance of the ear canal there is less variation in the response. But I digress. He'll bitch and moan if I use the fresh pads measurement. Regarding Oratory's diffuse field target, I have no idea why he's using this one. He's using a Gros 45BC, which is a Kemar head and torso simulator. The diffuse field target on such a rig should be like the one shown on the critical graph on the right. Meaning there exists a 7.5 kHz to 10 kHz peak on the DT990, which is in fact extremely poor for a frontal head related transfer function. As far as other regions of the sound go, every headphone I have heard with bloated boomy bass like this sounds terrible. There's no definition to the bass, mids are masked, vocals are colored. It just sounds absolutely terrible and low fidelity. After that we have a high mid scoop which makes no sense and completely kills engagement. Even with the worn pads measurement, this headphone sounds absolutely terrible. Frequency response aside, this headphone has severely high distortion. To demonstrate this, I will perform a sound demo using my DT880 600 ohm. Notice how it actually has lower distortion than the DT990. For the first song, I will be using 2049 from the Blade Runner soundtrack. For the next song, I'll be using He's a Pirate from the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. The Beyerdynamic DT990 is a horrible headphone and not to be taken seriously. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment showing your support. Thank you.